that's everything. Hopefully the ads are pretty much done. So let's head on over. Okay. So hello to all my starlights and to those who have just wandered in. Hello, my name is Hitomi, and today we're doing some more Final Fantasy XIV. Um, I may be starting to rework my schedule after this one because I think I may stream tomorrow and stay off Monday, since that is Labor Day in the US. That way I can just relax, and then Tuesday I'll probably start up with a new schedule. So hopefully I can get that fixed up. And it may just be tonight, and tomorrow night will be my last endless Final Fantasy XIV streams. And then I'll figure out what else I want to go back to streaming. So let's go ahead and head on over. Okay. Audio looks good. That's good. Okay. Let's bring up the game and let us get into it. As usual, we are going to do... Oh, freaking cables. We're going to do the story mode first, so... Okay, yeah, we gotta go back up to, Stop Leviathan! Oh boy. Bryce, damn fishback bastards! I'll kill them slowly, then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance it is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy. My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass an aetheryte in the deeps of Sapsa. If you were to act, it must be now. The men are ready. But await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is likely to be met with fierce resistance. Ah, but we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin Legion of drowned pirates at Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault. Have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Itomi and Ishtola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. Ugh. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through with went through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and Yugiri, your missions are to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Ishtola and Hitomi. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheryte, accompanied by Lady Menphilia, as we agreed. Do not let me keep you, friends. To battle! When was the last we fought side by side, Hitomi? Too long ago, I warrant. But come, let us away. Honestly, being able to fly makes this so much easier. Oh. Okay. Okay, next run down? Yes, okay. I didn't even see you. more of the... whatever they call them. Thralls? Really? I'm coming, Ishtola. Let me just take care of this axolotl. Uh-oh. Ishtola, are you hurt? Yes. Aid! Do not concern yourself. 'Twas a glancing blow. Come, the eighth raid is close at hand. Let us press on.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much?
Hey, I'm Tancred.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency. To the Aetheryte!
You'll forgive me my lateness.
Hey, it's the Admiral.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled Swordwalkers, tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery!
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What? Ah! Such power! It is transcendent!
Hello, Ebbe. How are you? Okay, that's not fair.
7 hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile! I have mastered the gift. I am eternal!
That's good.
O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish Shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Oh. He's here!
Heavens forfend. Damn it all!
Yes, the Admiral just unloaded everything, and unfortunately it didn't do much. Because Leviathan is here.
My being ebbs away. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He he means to unleash a tidal wave.
Of course. Understand, I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements. If his last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the Seven Hills are we to prevent it? Me, I'm guessing. I think that is a class you can get later on is Gunbreaker. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure. But Lymian herself would struggle to best the Lord of the World in his element. A straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan, that much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you at the command room. Alright, back to Limsa. And to the right. I'm slowly learning how to navigate this place. You're expected in the command room. Pray not keep the Admiral waiting. Alright, what's next?
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Hearthstone, 'twas called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage.
Do not tell me I have to go back to them and do another bunch of quests.
But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystal stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Oh, thank God I don't have to go consult them again.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
I'll get you an ad break. So I'll just hold until the ad is over. Thank goodness this is in a voiced cutscene, so I don't need to worry about repeating it. Hmm. All right, 15 seconds left, and then we're back from ad. All right, we should be back. So let's continue with the cutscene.
Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger. and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
I've done it 3 times. I can do it a 4th. Okay, we still have some time. Nope. I need you, Gary. Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed in them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. Uh-oh. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judged it best to be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. One of the company of heroes? The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I am disinclined to put any store by this claim. And even should it be true, as Ishtal has said, none save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan. We know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered Limsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, we can't afford to ignore this man. Can we afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could yield us any matter of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on this supposed primal slave slayer's claims. Blech. Tell me, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lanosa. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. The Grey Fleet, you say? I know of a certain somebody who is a big... I swear, if it's the same guy, I'm going to crack somebody's... femur. I'll put it nicely. Oh, come on. Strydox. There we go. Okay, you asshole. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Now look here, you. You'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you. Before I mucked out those chocobo stables. And before I rolled that millstone over to the mill. And also before... Gods, man, I've already worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days! And do you hear me complaining? I suppose some of us just ain't for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never be said old Tractum ain't a generous soul. Now prick your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Sometimes there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you keen? Levabeatus. Really? The tale of Tractum's epic victory over the dreaded primal Levabeatus. I knew it was you, you asshole. Turn around so I can kick your ass. No, Levabeatus huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea of how big, each of his scales are about as wide as me, members long, and that's no mean feat. What the... When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Well, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. But I don't want to take the glory for it myself. I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now, there's some say you can't never truly beat Levabeatus, that you've got to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. The company, though. Yeah, hi. It's you! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention, it's all. I'll take back everything I said. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm Chocobo Tongue. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in Chocobo's tongue. I have to lie to the women to tumble them. That don't happen much. Sure as hell didn't fight Levabeatus, but I have seen him with my own eyes. 'Twas a few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking my duties one day, loitering about the harbor, when I saw it. A great massive sea serpent, some bombs off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared, I sold myself right there and then. Oh gods, just remember that, make me sell myself. Hey, wait, if you're asking after Levabeatus, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care, he's really terrible, dreadful, I tell ya. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lying horse son! I can't believe you made me handle Chocobo Dong! Tell me, this is Menphilia. Were you able to learn aught to use against Leviathan? I beg your pardon? Levabeatus? I see. That is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings to you. The twin vessel is now complete. We wait you at Morbay Dry Docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you are able. You're lucky I don't have time to kick your ass. I have to actually save the day. Hang on, I'm coming. Nice cat. I'm told your jaunt into the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lass. I wager it served you to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense, the moment of truth is upon us. The Twin Vessel, the World Eater, I call it, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious Ton Sage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours can maneuver freely in battle. I would mention that it is also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The World Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word and we shall bear you to Leviathan. Why not? I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the World Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She has been fitted with what our friends at Naldig and Villemills are calling the Elemental Converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Anchored in East Chola, I will have you assist in this effort. If this is fulfilled its purpose, your divisionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it, having seen you fight in Sapsai. Dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and East Chola, if you two would join the Third Levy and Lady Yugiri the Fifth. But what words have I for the woman who has made sport of slaying gods? Only these: go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments, and add a few words of mine own. Know that we have the utmost faith in you, Hitomi. May the crystal bless and keep you. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. I'm planning to go a little bit longer anyway, so... Nope. No, we wait. And while we're waiting, I may do something real quick. Hopefully I don't get called in too soon. Alright, sorry about that. Ugh. this is where so many people do other things while they wait for this queue to pop. But I don't want to be too far away whenever it finally does. I mean, it's gonna go straight in, but... Dang, am I the only one forming up for this? Jeez. But it's a full party, too. Holy crap. I guess the hard ones are a full party. I guess while I wait, let me see if I can get a few of these plus quests ready. Oh. There we go. Just as soon as I go to do something, of course. Alright. Let's do this! Light party. Full party. There we go. I got this. Hi, Lovey. Okay. Woo! Oh, okay. Hey, two-player accommodations, good. Okay. She went all the way back to Limsa already? Jeez, lady. Uh, Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits. But today I will permit myself a few words. Ahem. I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to all of us, madam. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Oh, come on, another ad? Jeez. Ugh. Hmm. come on, ad. Under 30 seconds, so should be back soon. All right, and we should be back, so let's continue.
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I'm heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Philia, please!
I love that. It's like a little brother trying to be cool, and the two elder sisters just.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds stood before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Okay, so that'll be where I stop the storyline for tonight. And we'll go about doing some quests in each of the guilds. I'm gonna do one quest per guild, just so I can keep things running, because I wasted too much time on Weaver. Yes, tell me the time is for your next lesson is upon us. You are keeping well, I trust. Take the occasional brisk walk. One cannot form sound thoughts if one fails to maintain a sound body. Now, assuming you have been following Hutha's instructions, you should be ready to face the more dangerous threats found in Western Lenosia. I speak of roselings and wild jackals, and yes, I would have you vanquish 3 of each. 'Tis the perfect sample size. The first acts as a preliminary test case, the second to test your hypothesis, and the third to perfect your tactics you've devised. Speaking of which, I trust your strategy will consist of more than simply flinging ruin over and over again. You are not the novice you once were, and your skills in the field ought reflect that. If you find yourself wanting for other approaches, consider the assault with ruin in tandem with attacks from your carbuncle. Then, when timed appropriately, you can deal a crippling blow to your opponent. Alright, so Western Lenosia. Okay, how do I get this carbuncle to attack? Oh. How do I get the chocobo to attack? I mean, chocobo. The carbuncle to attack. Gosh dang it. Dang it, my chocobo is doing more damage than my carbuncle. Hey, no fair. Okay, hang on. No, I can't activate it through there. Okay, then. Let's see. Of course, there's nothing on the carbuncle. Ugh. Oh well. Well, she doesn't need to know that I don't know how to handle my chocobo. I mean, carbuncle. Gosh dang. They both start with a C, so that's why I keep saying them. But I did it. Welcome back, Atomi. How did it feel to conquer such ferocious foes? Let us ride that wave of triumph onto an even more demanding and dangerous challenge. Your next training exercise will have you accompanying Forcier Keitha on one of her inspections. This experience will afford you the opportunity to witness firsthand the practical application of Arcanima. Pray do not tarry, Hitomi. Keitha awaits you on the floor below for further details. Okay, there's a lower floor. What? How do I... Is it out? Down? That's the Aether in it. Shard. Oh, derp. Carbuncles. For once I said it right. A timely appearance, as I expected. Shall we proceed directly in the job at hand? I've been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler caravan run by the Boylstocks family. Our agents suspect these beastmen merchants are for dealing in forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated the announcing an inspection has 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I prepared a strategy to respond to this possible shift in hostilities. There is an important precondition you should be made aware of before we discuss the finer points of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ many of these self-same strategies on the field of battle. Pray keep this factor in mind and adjust your perceptions accordingly. Now, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute Combat Plan 1345, otherwise known as Stratagem Focus Fire. You and your carbuncle will concentrate your attacks on a single foe, and one by one the enemy will wither under your combined onslaught. Capability of victory 95%. Reports place the peddlers in the vicinity of the cookpot in Middle Lenosia. I will depart immediately to assess the situation. Seek me out once you arrive. Okay then. Yeah, about that. I don't know how to use my carbuncle. Oh, I am way underleveled. I'm guessing that's why my carbuncle isn't listening to me. I enforce the Akita of the Mildine's Gate. You are to cease all transactions and surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty sneak peekers. Gobsy spit unplandered, nosy eyes on stabby iron. Predictably aggressive response. Very well, Hitomi. Remember what we discussed. Did she really just leave me? Nicely done. Adaptation improvisation. I might have been observing from our beloved guildmaster himself in action. This was the perfect example of how the strategy for a given test should be tailored to the abilities of the assessor. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, it is necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there's another question I would ask you. When it comes to improving the probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strengths or shoring up your weaknesses? I mean, I guess covering the weaknesses. Oh, again, you respond as if the guildmaster once did. I must revise the probability for your potential to attaining greatness to 97%. You are one to keep an eye on. That much is certain. But to return to the subject of battle plans, your calculations must include an accurate assessment of your available techniques and other relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limits, the limits of your allies, and the characteristics of your enemies. I believe that covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your work to Mistress Thurbium. Until next we meet. I shall abide here until the Yellow Jackets arrive to take the peddlers into custody. My strategies will keep me company. Alright, back to the guild. Back from the field, Hitomi. Cletha contacted me with a summary of events. It seems you were treated to a lecture on knowing thyself. That particular lesson is ordinarily taught but only to intermediate practitioners. Without a sufficient store of combat experience from which to draw, it is difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of such a seemingly simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident that you will soon be ready for a more ambitious assignment. Keep to your studies and maintain a razor's edge of your mind. Alrighty. Now to go rogue. In the best way possible. The best way is Fisherman's Guild. Fine evening to you, Hitomi. And a fine evening it is for a spot of work, wouldn't you agree? Really, another ad? I keep forgetting when my ads start, gosh dang. So, I guess I'll hold. Actually, where is my charge cable? There we go. Alright, there we are. Take a sip of tea. Alright, and we are back. So, this time around, it seems some eager buccaneers. Oh my goodness, sorry. Whew. It seems some eager buccaneers scampered aboard a local merchantman and made off with a shipment of muskets. Now, seeing as it ain't lawful to colloy from a Lementian vessel to begin with, the Yellow Jackets fell upon them daft coves ashore their boots was even dry. They caught the pirates right here on the docks, but the stolen boomsticks was nowhere to be found. fenced in a longboat deal, I'm thinking. That's when our guild was officially contracted to retrieve the goods, which weren't really needful, since the code would have us on the job anyway. You don't bite the purses of your fellow Lamentians and all that. So this is your assignment, me natty lass. Find out where them weapons went and bite the shipment back. Seeing as the cutters as hit at that merchantmen are already rotten in irons, you needn't rush in with your stabbers a-stabbing. I want this job handled quick and quiet, and I have the perfect partner to show you how it's done. This here's Vakib the Stray. Ain't no other rogue that can match her in the arts of skulkin'. A pleasure. There's some problem, Vakib. You seem a bit out of sorts. I'm bloody starving. I had one of them finger sandwiches set aside, you know, those egg-filled tasties they made at the Bismarck. But when I got back from my work, it was bloody gone. Uh-oh, that was Vakib's? I thought it was Underfoot's. Well, we just head out on the job, and I'll see if I can turn up that missing sandwich by the time your turn. Alright, Jack. And one more little detail you should know. The muskets was meant for the Yellowjackets' armor. So once all is bobbed, you can hand the goods to one of them their cullies directly. You can start whenever you're ready, Hitomi. I've had a colleague keeping a waddle out for all that might help us, so I suggest we have a few wids at her first. You can find her at Haylane, posing as a fishmonger. Okay, where is that? Okay, so we're still in Lumensa. Ooh, pretty. Hello there, miss. We've carp and trout, lobster and shrimp. But I hear tell we've been looking for your special breed of fish. The long, shiny kind what Spark put a bloke on it is ours. We don't sell that kind here, but you might try them foreign merchants. What were they called again? Ah, the Traders of Edge. They hail from the South Sea Isles and are known for dealing in all types of nasty spitters and cutters. I should warn you, these folks aren't ones for questioning the source of their merchandise. In fact, they seem more happy to pay for goods that come from below decks, so to speak. But if you're still keen to get your hands on those rare fish, then you'd best hurry. The Edge merchants what visiting Limsa is looking to load up and leave city before long. Just how he means to transport his goods remains a mystery, though. With what all the iron blades he's got nursing his operation. Makes it hard for a girl to get close enough to eyeball the competition it does. I'll be sure to keep an eye peeled on your behalf, but it might be as you can learn a little bit more from the folk around town. Raiders of Edge, eh? Well, if one of the merchants has been staying in the city, then someone will know something to point us in the right direction. The trick is to listen without being seen. You'd be surprised how coals cackle when they think no one else is about. We'll focus on places what see plenty of traffic. You can have the Bismarck and the ferry docks and East Hawker's Alley. I'll try me luck at a few other spots and then meet you in the front of the guild when I'm done. Remember, keep hidden, keep quiet, and keep your waddles open. Diving Dove seems to trust over some matter, approaching her while cloaked with your hide ability in an attempt to eavesdrop on her grumbling. Diving Dove is grumbling in discontent. The sneer of that customer's face. Does he think I can command the skillet to cook more swiftly just to meet his pressing departure schedule? Don't know how things are done in the South Seas, but here in Limsa folks appreciate the fine cuisine cannot be rushed. Come now, Dove. You must not speak ill of the patrons. Now, what was next on my list? Ah, another finger sandwich for the dutiful sisters. Someone there must be rather fond of eggs. Okay. Actually, I should do this one last. I'll go to Hawker's Alley. Because this is right in front of the guild. Your loop is speaking in a low but lively tone to a nearby customer. Approach him while cloaked with your hide. Okay. You have quite the eye for quality, sir. We've a splendid range of produce from every corner of Eorzea, but one can simply not visit Limsa without sampling some of their local specialties. Would you care for some freshly squeezed Lanosian orange juice? Or perhaps our famed salt cod would be more your taste. Okay, so nothing there. Yeah, he so didn't see that. First, my sense of duty. That I stayed at the winch for an extra pint instead of returning early. I didn't ask to see anyone being bribed, and certainly not my relief pilot. I wonder what that merchant was about. Smuggling? Most likely. Should I report this to the Yellow Jackets? But what if I'm being watched? I could end up face down in the harbor. Welcome back, Atomi. I hope your skulking went well. You might be an angel of death with the dagger stuff, but any road which shuns the shadow is heading for an early grave. A sneaky Mortkin knows about without risking a scrape, or slip herself into the best position to ambush a mark. Once they've seen you, though, your rum fun is done. Hiding is part concealment and part distraction. And you won't disappear on a cove that already knows you're there. Alright, I'm done prowling. What'd you manage to learn from our musket-buying merchant friend? Slipping coin to a ferry pilot, was he? And by what he heard from the chef at Bismarck, this trader means to hop the twig and soon. That matches with me own findings. He's vacated his rooms at the inn and paid his dues in full. Being a merchant, we can be sure that he won't be leaving without his merchandise. So here's the plan. We wait for him to stack his goods on the pier. Then you ghost and grabble them firearms. I'm hoping we can get the job done quiet and under cover of dark months, but it never hurts to be prepared for the worst. Sounds like you got a small army of sail swords on the payroll. I'll send word to the Yellow Jackets and have them post a coal near Hawker's Alley. That way you've not fired a bullet once you've bitten the goods. The mark should be along any moment, Hitomi. Have you got your skulking boots on? You're not supposed to be here. Thought I ordered my hirelings to keep this jetty clear. 1, 2, 3, there's one missing. Crate of muskets, it's gone. Stop her, you useless sluggards. What am I paying you for? you targeting on this guy? Come on now. And I'm dead. Of course. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Uh, Well, they're one of the things I need. Now, if I could just find out where the frickin' pirates are. Oh well, I'm not doing much right now. Just training. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can find some better gear. Also help. Culinarian, apothecary, jeweler, trade craft supplier. Okay, not bad. Alright, I have some upgraded duds, and I've gotten myself a couple levels. I'm still under level, but... It's 2 rather than 4. Wrong way, gosh dang it. Aye, these are our stolen muskets. The quartermaster will be pleased. And amazingly, they're all gone. turned hairy, didn't it, Dove? Once you reached the Yellow Jacket, though, the merchant called off his blades. Wise enough to cut his losses, I'll give him that. I'd say we're all done here. Let's head inside and tell Jackie the Ben news. Bene? Heard the sounds of fighting coming from outside. Now I've whittled the cause of it. I thought we were aiming for a subtle on this job. That many swads was there. But you got the Yellow Jackets what they wanted. So all's well that ends well, eh? You're on your way to becoming a first-class rogue, Atomi. Aye, the job didn't unfold exactly as planned, but do you see the value of keeping out of sight? Skulking might seem slow, but it'll save you time, and a fair amount of bleeding in the long run. And speaking of unexpected developments, I've got a bit of bad news for you, Vicky. I searched high and low, but seems some unprincipled cove has yaffled your sandwich. There were aught but crumbs to be found. Oh, my sandwich! It was a Bismarck special! Do you know how much I was looking forward to that meal? My belly's about ready to cave in on itself. 'Tis a tragedy of the highest order, love. And you know, I can't bear to see me rogues in such distress. So I gave Underfoot a special assignment. He should be back any moment now. With a freshly made Bismarck special finger sandwich. You did that for me? You're not japing with me, are you, Jackie? This ain't no japing matter. 'Tis a guildmaster's responsibility to see that all his coves and morts are in their best for the job. Ah, Jackie, there you are. I got the sandwich you ordered. And didn't give the chef me a waffle when I said it was a hurry. Maybe next time you think twice before you wobble a fellow rogue sup... bollocks. Really? Jackie, did you eat my supper? Now, lass, let's not be hasty. There's a fresh new sandwich right here for you. No harm done, eh? You've cloyed something what belonged to me, Jackie. And I can't ignore the code. Hi, the code. You mustn't ignore the code. You're having a laugh, aren't you, lass? Lass? That might be the swiftest string-up I've ever seen. A punishment fit for the crime. Take a good long look, Atomi. The code exists to serve peace in Laminsa. To keep the alleys from running red with blood, the city's me home, and I'll draw daggers on any cove fool enough to threaten that peace. Pointed lesson. Let's head inside, eh? Your sandwich will get cold. Hey, did you leave me here all night? At least give me a grand view of the harbor. God's piss, these ropes are tight. And now we find ourselves indebted to the Rogues Guild. The Rogues Guild. The impropriety of it all. Would that I could see them occupy a cell next to those thieving pirates. Oh, they finally managed to cut him down, huh? Wow, them ropes leave chafe marks for a pleading week. I may have wriggled myself free, but that's the last time I let my belly do the thinking. And just think, the kid strung me up over an egg sandwich. Those coves, and truly stomp on the code get far worse. Keep up your training, lass, and you'll soon be handing out rogue justice yourself. Alright, let's head to the Marauder. That's right. Where the heck is my... There it is. I like my eye patch. Tell me, I've gathered what information I could learning concerning the beast that young Sighard bade you slay. The tales name this creature Kujata. Those who have witnessed Kujata in the terrifying flesh so call him the stampeding mountain, such as his immense size and bulk. Again, I will not seek to dissuade you from claiming vengeance for the boy's parents. In fact, I encourage it. But to topple this lumbering colossus, you must first become his equal in strength and ferocity. As a single step towards this distant goal, I send you to Blind Iron Mines. We have had word that folk are falling prey to the claws of local Galagos. It is your task to protect the weak from those unruly creatures. Learn to channel the rage inside you, and let your axe blade sing in righteous slaughter. Moribay Drydox. Hey, Corpsey. And back to the guild. Welcome back, Atomi. Your actions have saved many from needless injury and anguish. But though your efforts are to be commended, there is still yet much to be done. Kujata, the object of your vengeance, has trampled a farmer's wagon as he thundered through the lands of Tiller's Rest. The foodstuffs spilled from the overturned wain have attracted all manner of hungry predators. Without produce for the market, the farmers will surely suffer for coin this season. Your duty is thus clear. Put down these rapacious scavengers and preserve the cargo. Ah. Moria, huh? Dang, how many of you are there? And back to the guild. Once again, your capacity for carnage has been tested and proven. The creatures you defeated, however, were merely some of the many base scavengers that subsist on the scraps left in the wake of Kujata's rampages. To face Kujata himself, you yet require far more training. But do not despair, Hitomi. As Axe Master and fellow Marauder, this I swear, I will not rest until I have taught you how to wring every ounce of power from your weapon. Until the blade of your axe can slice cleanly through the thickest hide, the most knotted muscle, the densest bone. This menace will fall by your hand. Alright. Done with Marauder. Culinarian. Hitomi, find Timon. I need your help. Remember Ingram? Well, your grilled trout did wonders for his motivation. Lad's been working his arse off ever since, Any road, I thought I'd give him a chance to prove himself with a big order for delivery. Looks like he bit off more than he can chew. Now everything's made, is made to my satisfaction. The problem being what he's not made. I ain't talking about a missing tule or stray croton, neither. I'm talking about a bleeding main course of grilled dodo. So I'd be much obliged if you could whip up 2 servings in his stead, and get him over to him quick. In case you're not familiar with the dish, it is one of the Bismarck's old favorites. You rub garlic and salt on a piece of dodo tenderloin, then grill it. Shouldn't pose a rising star like yourself no trouble. Okay, let's see if they got dodo. Hang on. Just making sure I didn't have any stored away in my chocobo. Let me see. Grilled dodo. Garlian garlic. That's interesting. Table salt and dodo tenderloin. And table salt is made from rock salt. Okay. So I've got the rock salt. I just need some Garlian garlic and a dodo tenderloin. He wants me to make 2 of them, okay? Aha. Alright, now. First things first, we need to make some table salt. 1 per, so just 2, okay? Okay, I only need to make it 1 time. I forget about that. What is it now? The good master has entrusted me with the preparation of a sizable order. So if you don't mind, I shall get back to work. Huh? You brought me 2 servings of grilled dodo. And what precisely do you suppose I do with the main course? How could I have forgotten the bloody main course? Ad. Okay, while the ad's rolling, let's just take a second and... hydrate, stretch, do whatever you need to do, because right now is the perfect time. Ugh. Okay. Alright, we got under 20. And we should be back now. So, the main course. How could I have forgotten the main bloody course? And it's far too late to start preparing now. Damn it, your grilled dodo will have to do. I only hope that the quality of the other courses and accompaniments compensate for. By the 12, you cook these? The golden brown hue, the tantalizing the eyes from betwixt a perfect diamond pattern of grill lines. The surface is seared to perfection, aye, over a hot fire to seal in the juices, just as the guildmaster teaches. And this irresistible aroma. Just enough garlic to balance out the dodo's gamey richness, but not so much as to overwhelm the palate. Beg pardons, as I was saying, this is impressive. Grilled dodo may be seem to a simple dish, but therein lies the rub. If one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong. I could not have produced anything near this standard. Gods damn it, I practiced all day and night in order to improve my skill, only to botch my largest ever order, then you come along and save the day. You of all bloody people, gah! What have I done to deserve this? Suffice to say, I am not pleased with how things have turned out, but you have done me a kindness, and I always repay my debts. Listen well, for I will share with you some information that should prove to your profit. You know what guild leaves are, I trust? Well, there's a variety that calls for culinary expertise. They're known as tradecraft leaves, and they provide an excellent opportunity to hone your skills while earning coin. If such work interests you, I recommend you speak with Tomcree of the Adventurers Guild. And on that note, away with you. Well, fine. I just saved your butt. Alright, I can take a new quest, but I'm not gonna because, like I said, one at a time. Just no new gear, okay. And we're going down to Fisher. Fun. Where is the Aetheryte? Here we go. Let's see what the Fisherman Guild would have me do. What's that look in your eye, Hitomi? I know that glimmer. It's the eye of the fisher. It's the thrill of the bite. The thrill of the bite. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. Keep that spark alive, friend. You don't want to end up like Wawa Lago. Not that I'm worried about you. Oh yes, I can see it. There's a fire inside you. Burning for fish. More fish. Bigger fish. It is time to feed that fire. Today is the day. The day you catch your first big one. No one forgets their first. Journey forth to the banks of the Nim in Middle Lanosia. There you will find her, the Princess Trout. Take the princess and return here triumphant. Her Royal Highness is drawn to crayfish balls. Okay. So, do they sell those here? Or do I have any? I have no bait. Okay. Ooh, fireworks. I guess I'll have to go to the market and get crayfish balls. Yeah, let's do this one. Nim River in Middle Lenosia, okay? Now, where is Nim River? Ageless River, Nim River, here we go. So just a little bit north. All right, here we go. This is the spot. Maybe it's in another part of it. Okay, maybe it's in the inner part of the river. That's more of the sea, I guess? Really, there's water there. I swear it has to be specific. Princess Trout, there we go. That's what I needed. Now, back to Limsa. Yeah. Depending on your perspective, you've either rescued or abducted the princess. A prim and proper princess she is. We'll ready her as a royal roast and a feast fit for a king. The king can keep his fancy feast. Any fisherman worth their salt prefers her trout properly prepared. Said like a surly salty-mouthed sea hag. Hand her over here and heed how the culture classes cook. A fine day will be when I take culture lessons from you. Besides, I didn't send Hitomi out to that river to fetch a fish for you. I sent her out to fetch fish for me. Ahem, for your lesson, that is. Yes, of course, that was the purpose of the expedition. Anyway, as you should have learned, catching a proper fish requires perseverance, plain and simple. And this plump Princess Trout can testify to that. Continue to apply the lessons I've taught you, and before you know it, you'll be swimming in fish. Doesn't that sound appetizing? All right. Next up, blacksmith. Okay. You know what, lass? It may not be my place to say it, but me being your guildmaster and all, but I like you. I really like you. Together there's naught we can't— What? Why are you making that face at me? Oh no, I didn't mean like that. You're the most promising pupil I've had in God knows how long it's all. And I was waxing sentimental for a moment. You can't be honest, can't honestly tell me you don't get a bit emotional when you've been out a night before it. Bah, forget it. Been working hard, have you? I can tell. But this is just the beginning, lass. You see, the art of blacksmithing is deeper than the deepest ocean, and if you plan on getting to the bottom of it, you'll need to sink? No, that's not good. Alright, how about this? If you mean to set sail for a faraway land of, smith and mastery, you mustn't try to make the journey in a dinghy. Ah, the hell's with it. Just make me a dozen bronze rivets, lass. Really? All that just because you want bronze rivets. I think I've made those time and time again, yeah. Here you go. Bronze rivets. Praise the builder, you've done it again. These rivets are perfect. But don't take that to mean they're special, 'cause they ain't. You see, rivets have got to be perfect, and I'll tell you why. If you're pounding something and your hammer breaks, you just grab a new one. But the whole other story when your rivets fail. Ever seen an airship lass? Marvelous things they are, but bloody complicated. Now imagine you're a dozen miles above limbs and your fancy flying boat starts springing rivets. Might be as it's from the engine, might be from the hull. Doesn't make it no difference. Whichever it is, you're royally buggered. If I was on that airship lass, taking the gorgeous view of the confounding contraption tumbling down to the earth below, I'd be cursing them rivets with all my heart, and the half-arsed bastard that shot him out too. And you wouldn't want that on your conscience, would you? Which is why you must always make quality products what stand the test of time. To help you learn the importance of quality, I want you to try something for paying customers. Start by having a word with Tamurki down at the winch. She should be able to point you in the direction of a few Lomensians as needed the services of a talented lass like yourself. Hone your craft, earn some coin, hells, have a drink while you're at it. The winch is always serving. Alright, now we do the armor, which is down here. And then once I do that, I think I may call it, I'm not certain. Ah, Hitomi, just the lass I was hoping to see. I have a new initiate that's near exhausted my reserves of patience, and I think she would benefit from seeing the results of a peer's dedication and skill. Specifically yours. Her name is Grenay, and Builder help me, she is the most distracted, fumble-fingered craftswoman to ever lift a hammer. If she could but learn to forge the simplest of items without constant supervision, I would consider it a rare victory. Ugh. It is unfortunate that Briargot did not see fit to invest in all my armorers with your initiate talents. But I suppose we must all start somewhere, and if I abandon every initiate that was slow to grasp the technique, our guild would have a grand total of, what, 9 members? Mayhap 10? I jest. But 'twould be few enough for our clients in the Maelstrom to have to share breastplates. So what say you, Hitomi? You need only craft a dozen sheets of bronze plate to supplement Grenay's own. When they are ready, I want you to deliver them to the lass in person. Mayhap your example will inspire her to take more care with her work. Okay, so she's right over there. Well, like the rivets. I need more bronze ingots, okay. For that, I need more copper ore. Okay. And what else do I need? Tin ore. So now, first things first. Well. So it takes 2 bronze ingots, so... $24, so I need to buy more... copper. Oh, I felt that one coming. I'm so sorry. Alright, another 12. And just one moment while that's happening. Okay, so now we got done with these, which means we should have enough to do 12, yeah. Alright, now, to lower this quality, put up these, and now. Oh, you must be Atomi. The Gift Master told me you'd be... Wait, where did I put my hammer? Oh, there it is. Sorry, what were you saying? Right, yes. I'm most grateful for the extra sheets of bronze plate. Gods, how did you craft these yourself? Why, they're absolutely... Oh, nearly dropped them. No harm done, though. As I was saying, I can certainly see why the Forge Master speaks so highly of your work. The bronze is the perfect color and thickness, so I assume you carefully measured out the amounts of tin and copper. I always add too much tin. Did you know that metal can shatter? Well, it didn't, truth be told, but I've tended to put all my effort into making the armor itself, rather than bothering with the base materials. I mean, compared to the hammering out glorious winged helms or ornate greaves, measuring out metals just seems so trivial. But looking at your work, I'm beginning to wonder. I never realized how beautiful a simple sheet of bronze could be. With materials like this, just imagine the sturdy, shiny suits of armor one might create. It seems I've been putting the chart before the chocobo. Blech. From this moment onwards, I swear I'll focus all my attention and care on the task at hand, even if the task at hand is forging bronze ingots. What of you, Hitomi? Do you have any grand projects waiting for you on the anvil? I overheard some of the senior armors boasting about the coin they made through trade craft leaves. Might that be something you consider? They say Kiri, over at the Drowning Wench, is the one to talk to. And that's where I'll be heading once I improve my technique. Now, where did I put that hammer? Okay, now. Alrighty now. Gosh dang it. Inventory. Alright, that should give me some room. Yep. Okay. Oh. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and make sure, yeah, that each of these have their utmost equipment. Okay, there we go. There we go. Ah, gladiator. Okay, so now that I've got all the stuff, oh, let's see. Okay, does it say anywhere where I have it equipped? Because I know this is equipped right now. Okay, nothing really that I need to hold on to. So, let's start getting rid of some of this old weaponry. Now I know why I can sell that. That was event. So, move it over to the saddlebag for now. Oh, that's a vent. I'm sorry, this is probably not very entertaining for anyone else but me. I'm just trying to make sure I have enough space so I don't have to keep worrying about things getting into my inventory that need to go in my armor chest. It'd be nice if I had a bit more room, you know. Hmm. Oh, these are custom made. Okay. So I can't sell these. Of course. Okay. Now. I do this so long, there's now an ad break. Wow. Alright. The rest of these should be fine. Okay. That should be everything. Now I should be ready next time, just to be able to have all my stuff in my armory chest and not in my inventory. I kind of wish it would automatically do that, you know? Like, if you have something new to equip, it'll take it out of the armory chest. But I know that might be a bit too much to ask. Okay. So let me pop over here. And we shall see if there's anyone we can raid. Let's see who's on tonight. Mm, all right, there's someone playing Final Fantasy 14. Uh, Darian Hart. So let's go out and raid them. All right, so thank you everyone so much for coming in. Tomorrow, like I said, I may stream tomorrow and then have off Monday just because it's Labor Day on Monday in the US, and that way I can spend time with family. But I will see what happens. So thank you everyone so much, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye.